Hello, everyone. My name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, titistrinketsandtreasures. Welcome. If this is your first video that you're catching, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I hope you find this entertaining, informative, and fun enough to want to hit that subscribe button, change the notification bell to all so that you never miss a video of mine again. If you're a returning viewer, thank you. You're the reason why I'm doing this. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support that you give me. There is another form of support that you can do. You can become a member of this channel for $9.99 a month. The good news is that all members of my channel get 10% off of every order that they place during my live sales. So if you spend $100 throughout the month, you've paid for your subscription with a discount. So Bargain Bead Box, December 2025. Here's my hot take. I know that there has been a lot of backlash about this. People didn't like the orange. People didn't like that it wasn't red and green Christmassy. People didn't like it as a collection. They didn't like that there were fewer items because there were higher priced items like freshwater pearls and an antique bronze pocket watch. Like, hello, $12.99. Yes, that is the retail value. Freshwater pearl, $7.99. Yes, that's the absolute value. Now, I didn't do an unboxing on my channel because my channel took a tour around the United States before I got here. And by now, all of you have seen a gazillion unboxings. You've already seen demonstrations and tutorials, everything else. But I was thinking about how I was going to do this, and I started to watch Sara Lovecraft's BBB video from Tuesday, which would have been on the 16th. She already knows this. I barely got 5 minutes in, and she said a lot of the same things that I said. I'm going to take one step further and say that if I was Lauren, I would not have thrown together that collection. Personally, I think that it could set precedence for the future. And I also think it delayed the release of the companion bundle by a week, which I love it. I want it, everything. So Sarah's message was that even if you don't like the box as a whole, even if you don't like the color scheme yourself personally, stretch your creativity, make with it anyways. Your stuff can't all be about your likes and dislikes. You need to have some other items because you don't know that every customer that walks by your booth at a craft fair is going to like the exact same things you do. I've had several times where I've had an item that I just wasn't fond of, something made me pack in and was being sold. So use it as that. Beyond that, Sarah said that if you can't even do that, you need to recognize the individual value of each item by itself. So when she said this, my mind just started pinging like crazy. So I haven't gone back to watch the rest of her video, but I will. I'm going to link the video in the description box below. She said that it was okay for me to do that and to mention her in this video. I do like to try to get permission whenever possible. You don't have to get permission from me to talk about one of my videos or share one of my videos as long as you're doing so kindly. That's my only caveat. Please be nice. Anyway, so the first thing I thought of was the fact that I could use two items in one piece and create something that would sell for more money than I was charged for my monthly subscription. And then I had all the other beads to create with that were basically free. And I'm not talking girl math, I'm talking actually free. If you sell one item from the box that pays for your box, everything else in that box is free. Therefore, your profit margin jumps exponentially. I can't say it enough. Like, it totally like blew my mind. And I was like, angels singing. This is what I've been trying to explain so many ways, but I couldn't get it out myself. So when I heard it, I was like, yes, this is what I try to talk about when I talk about bargain bead box. I am going to say, hands down, no question about it, myself included, nobody out there offers anything that compares to bargain bead box as far as quantity, quality, and the price point. They have stepped up their game over and over again. They are offering plated metals, including platinum plated metals, and they're not cheap and they're not lightly plated. I have gone with a little sander to see how thick the coating was before it would start cracking. I'm going to tell you, I never got to that point. I did realize where I got to the brass under the 18 karat gold plated piece that I sanded to see how deep it went, but nobody else. Well, I offer plated metals, but there's nobody else out there that's putting forth and offering a collection that has everything in it. If that was all you got for, I know they're $24.99 a month right now. If that's all you got for $24.99, you've won. If you're able to make and sell pieces from it, you've won. If you have an issue and you call their customer service or contact their customer service, the service you are going to get, they are going to fix it, and they're going to send you a little free goodie just for any inconvenience that, and it's not always their fault. Something's become broken, it happens, shipping. It's a part of when you order something online. So now, you've won on so many different levels. And I haven't even mentioned that if you have a subscription with Bargain Bead Box, you get a 30% off coupon that is good until the last day of the following month. So your December box, you will get a discount code for 30% off any order at their sister site, Beadbox Bargains. 30% off. Here's the whole thing. Even better, you can use that coupon over and over and over and over and over and over and over again during that period. So between today and January 31st, you can use the December code, which I'm not going to give because you got to be a member to get it, but you can use that for all of those orders as you go through. If you look at the little printout that they said in the Time Traveler, I'm all about it. Okay, the orange, I'm going to love it for no other reason because I'm a Broncos fan and it is Broncos orange. So I can make elevated team bracelets with them and they'll look great. So you get the pocket watch. You get another pendant, the Peach Moonstone teardrop pendant. You get freshwater pearls, guys. 5 to 8 by 3 to 4 millimeter, 7-inch strand of pearls for $7.99. I'm going to tell you that there is somebody out there that tried to put out strings of pearls for $25 that are not worth it. I have 5 by 7 rice pearls that are A quality, if not above. They're all shaped correctly. There's not a lot of the grooves and stuff, which I happen to like personally, but there are others that don't. I sell them for $15. So I just want you guys to understand that while this may be, you get the box, you're like, oh, I don't love it. Oh, there are so many ways that you can win that you've already won just by opening your mailbox and it being there. So I would just be careful going on to websites and groups on Facebook and whatever else, especially if you have your own small business. I would tell you the golden rule. Treat them the way you would want to be treated if a customer wasn't 100% satisfied with the offerings and service that they got from you. Many of us are small-time business owners. Many of us make several pieces with the bargain bead box, turn around and sell it for so much more than we ever paid for it. So with that in mind, I decided, hey, I'm going to do a marathon video. I know I've already been on here on my soapbox for 10.5 minutes. I hope you have it clicked off. I have a lot of fun and exciting things in mind for this box that I want to create with this box. I've got metals and seed beads and so many things up here, spacer beads, everything up here ready to go to make several projects. I am going to show you the first project that I made before we started so that I could illustrate my point. Hold on. And that is this. I took the English cut crystals. They're like a really nice champagne-y. They're just beautiful. And then I took the pearls, and the only thing I added was I put just the very modest flowered bead cap and then a 2.5 millimeter bead spacer ball, because I don't, if I can help it, especially if they're the smaller size, whatever I want to be my focal bead, I try not to cover it up with bead caps and whatever else. So here, the crystals have the little bead caps, which is fine. Because the way that the English cut works, it's not covering up the bead itself. It's still working just fine. Everything's going. Okay. Yes, are my findings 18 karat gold heavily plated? Yes. You want some? I've got findings bags starting at $1. They're all $1 a piece, I believe. I break them down. You can get 25 jump rings in multiple sizes for $1. I have the clasp. I don't think all the clasps are the same, are $1, but I have clasps in 3 different sizes. I have spacer balls in all the sizes. I pulled out some findings just in case I needed them. I have head pins and ball head pins. I have everything that I could possibly need right here to create. But this necklace, even if these weren't 18 karat gold plated and I was offering those, I am fully confident that I could sell this necklace $25. Now, because I do use the 18 karat gold plated findings, I can sell it for a little bit more. I can probably sell it for $30. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know I do not like, I don't want to say I don't like, multi-strand items are not from me. Does that mean that if I see one and I like it, I won't buy it? No, it doesn't. It just means that it's not my preference, and I'll tell you why. It happened over and over again that I liked a specific strand of a bracelet or a necklace and wanted to wear it for an outfit, and one of the strands had beads on it that completely clashed with my outfit, and so I didn't wear that item. So instead, I like to create stackables. So this would be a perfect example of a stacker necklace. This can be either be the focal strand with maybe a smaller one with a small pendant. This could be the upper strand and you could have a longer necklace. It's all about layering. So I like to create layering pieces. So we already have this one made with items from the box. I'm going to try to stick to the items in the box as much as possible. Because my hands spasm a lot, I like to keep my items in these stackers so that I can see them, open them, dump out what its contents, figure out what it is that I like, go ahead, pick them up, put them back, but we're not, so I'm going to make something with these right now. And then lock it up so I don't have to worry about knocking over the rest of them. So, okay, where are my little flowers? Here they are. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a bracelet that goes with this. I only have 3 little pearls left. So, as I said, I have pearls within my stash that I can add to this. I really am going to try to stick to the items in the box and really only pull in like metals and seed beads to do so. Speaking of, I think that I'm going to grab some of my 80 transparent clear, some antique copper seed beads that I'm going to use as little spacers. That's one of the things that and you guys, I do this all the time. When I get Radiant Thunderheart's Ascendance Found Objects Challenge, I take it a step further. I try to only use things that I got from her. Stuff like that. I'm gonna use those as spacers, and I've got some little flower bead caps right here. I have other metals that I can use. I'm going to grab my stringing wire. And today I'm using 49 strand beetle on wire. Best flexibility. Pretty sure I already had a piece of this pulled out, but that's okay. We'll just go on. Trying to see if I see my little, there it is. It's just a little clip. It's meant to be a sewing clip so that you don't have to use the pins. So I actually bought a lot of them because I have like dexterity and nerve issues. So I don't like stuff that I would poke myself and it hurts a lot on me. So I try not to do that. So we're just going to start very simple. We're going to put one of these little bead caps on. We are going to, you know what? Hold on, I think those are the 14. I think, yeah, those are the 14 karat gold plated. These are the 18. So I will tell you guys that going to plated metals is not as expensive as you would think. That's why one of the reasons I put together the findings packs. The biggest thing is finding the stuff that matches. And I have done a lot of that work for you, as all of my findings all match. So if you buy head pins from me and then come back and get ball spacers from me next, they will be the same gold. Okay, so instead of using the ball spacers on here, I'm going to use these seed beads because I have another idea of how to use these. I just haven't decided if I want to use the 80 or if I want to use the 11. Okay, I think the 80 is perfect. The white of this is bothering me though. Even though it's in my necklace, it'll be okay. Now, I have 3 more little pearls. I have pulled them out, because they were all on the same. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a couple of the spacers. And why don't we grab, sorry, I thought I had this all figured out and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, wait, you could do this. Oh, those are not my ball spacers. Those are snowflake spacers. Let's go. Where are they? I don't know if these are going to be too big, so we're going to test that real quick. If not, I have smaller ones, or I could even go to this is what it's looking like. It kind of eats up that. Let me see if when I use the 11 if it just kind of, I know they're here. Here they are. I'm hoping these will just become an accent. And although it's part of the pattern, it's not part of the pattern. It is just to create length. Oops, helps to keep your seed beads on. I will warn you, I'm not the best at stringing these. I kind of think that I will love the bronze and the gold. And I'm correct. I really like the way that looks. Do I want more than one seed bead? In between? Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm going to do 3 and then 1 and then 3, and we will go back to the crystal after that. That will allow me, I'm hoping, a couple of crystals to, come on. You know what? I could even do small, big, small. Let's see what that looks like. I know I changed my mind a lot. I apologize. I have what I like to call bead FOMO. If I don't have all of my options on my mat, how will I know that the one I pick is the very best? Come on. And then do the gold. No, I think I just want the littles. I feel like the 8-ohs are too close to the gold. So then again, these smaller seed beads are getting overlooked, and they're so pretty. I don't like do complicated seed bead. Well, let's be honest. I use them as spacers for the most part. In this case, obviously, they're not just spacers, they're part of the design itself. But I'm just saying, I'm so going to have to get, I certainly hope she has more of these crystals in the box extras, because I need to order more, because now that I see this pattern, I want to do like a choker style necklace, but not like a choker, just one that sits higher up on the neck, because I think that it would go with the other necklace very well. This is the good part about watching me on video. I'm going to show you the, thank you for coming right back to me. I had a boomerang bead today. I'm just going to show you, I'm going to put on this next one, and then I'm going to pause, finish stringing this, and come back to you when it is finished, or if I change something, which I don't want to. So, like I said, I just now want to make a necklace out of this as well, because I think it's very pretty. Okay, so there it is. This is our pattern. So my camera can focus if it's going to. There we go. There is the pattern. I am gonna go finish stringing it and be right back. Oh, okay, and I'm back. Sorry, I said that twice because I wasn't sure that I was recording. Okay, so here is where we're at. I think it's very pretty. I'm all about like simplistic elegance. Sometimes that translates into rest. Why is this not focusing? There we go. Okay. Okay, it's not jumping. Sorry. So I love this. It doesn't need a focal in my opinion. I like the way that it looks. It's just a very simple design that again can be stacked with so many other designs. Here, let me put these away so that I can lay this out because I want to show you guys. My spacers out from being tangled up with my seed beads. And then this should be enough for me to be able to show you what oops, something's got a lid on it. I almost just dumped these all on the floor. Grab a couple of little stragglers. I really like this bronze with the gold, so you'll probably see it again. Okay, this is just my ball spacers. Okay, so we are at 6 1/4 inches length. I still need to put on the hardware and stuff, so that's why I stopped. But guys, look. If you had like one crystal that was slightly larger and wanted to put it, look at how pretty this is as a second strand. If you are someone who likes multi-strand pieces, by all means, please go for it. I think it's the flannel that's causing my mat to have a hard time focusing, because when I bring it up here, it's just fine. So I need to find a better fabric. I'm not a fan of the spongy bead mats. I cannot string on them to save my life. So anyway, so I was just showing you that would be very pretty. Also, you could do this as a triple strand bracelet and it would be very pretty. I know that I don't have a focal, that's by design. I do them on bracelets at times. Uh-oh, where did I put my bead caps? They were right here. I'm doing my live earlier today. Let's see here. I think I have more than one little jar of them. Oh, here they are. So we're going to pull out our number 2 crimps. There are a lot of the times I like to add like a little bit of extra into the crimp when I do it, but this 49 strand from Beadalon, it's not necessary. It also allows me to take the crimp almost all the way down. I could probably get it all the way down. Pull this down a little bit. So then when I'm done crimping, I don't have to worry about cutting anything. I'm gonna put it in the concavity of my magic crimpers and I'm gonna squeeze. I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna squeeze again, making sure that my crimp stays centered within that little space. And it looks like I did not do that. I got off center, or it's because I didn't leave any extra wire. Now I got to be super careful. Because I still have to close up the other side. So we'll just do it the typical way, but leave myself a little bit of wire for the other side. Again, grab my magical crimpers. I'm actually going to squeeze that up a little bit. Squeeze, you don't need to do hard. Like when you go to squeeze, you don't need to do it like ridiculously hard. All this crimper is basically doing is pushing all of the metal back into itself. So anything that does not fit in that little concavity is getting pushed back in, making your little bead. And I will tell you that I used to have such a problem with this until I saw Becky Foster explain it on a Merrymakers episode on Sam's Bead Shop's YouTube channel. And she just basically said, I found that I was giving up too soon was the problem. Okay, we're going to go down to the other one. Like I said, I don't have a lot of wiggle room. Come on. I'm going to have to put this in a different one because the top lip of my cap is gone. So it makes it hard to get into. Okay, we're going to bend our wire back down. And hopefully you've been kinder to yourself than I just was. I did not leave myself much wire. Although this is a perfect example. I know some people are like, oh, you guys waste so much on camera. If we don't cut extra and it ends up not being long enough. So I couldn't get a crimp, whatever. Over here, didn't leave myself enough space. Then we have to undo this and then remeasure out a new piece of wire. So it's just better to like have a little bit of waste. Okay, I gotta remember that bead cap's there, so it doesn't get caught up in it. And so then there's a greater waste. Now, could the wire, if I had to restart this, be reused? Yeah, it could be used for earrings. It could be used as the scrap pieces that I put into other crimps to give more volume. Like this is perfect. It's the perfect size. Okay, here's the bracelet. We're gonna grab some jump rings. I don't want, those ones are a little big. Here's the little ones. We'll put that on to the ring. I know I had other ones. Perfect. So this will be where the lobster clasp goes into. I will use the skinnier piece for where, as I crimp onto the wire. Hello, where am I? My class. Oh, right here. So I'm going to take this and my bent chain nose, and I'm going to open it up, and this is going to be where I attach my lobster clasp. These clasps are double loops. So they are more secure and stronger because you would have to break both of them for the clasp to come off. So it just ends up speaking of the sales, I just had a huge sale. We had gemstone pendants starting at $1 through 7 days from the sale. You'll be able to get the mandrels for $10 instead of $15. So if you haven't gotten one yet, this is a chance to get a discounted price. Got this finished. It's right at 6 3/4. I like this mandrel because there's nothing for your beads to get caught up on. They just fit, go down, fit, give you a great thing because a bracelet, the size of a bracelet should not be based on the length of your, or the size of your wrist, because half of half of this bead is on the inside. So it's taking up space. So the proper measurement is the inner diameter, and it will help you have properly sized pieces all the time. Let me clean this up and I will be right back. Okay, before I get things cleaned up, I paused it and then was like, what? I'm gonna make a cute little pair of earrings. Here's one of my packs that come with 40mm flathead pins and 50mm ball head pins. Great deal. 18 karat gold plated, heavily gold plated, match all of my other metals. All of them. Jump rings, everything. Okay, I want to make a really simple pair of earrings. So I'm going to use a head pin. And the reason for that is because I might change my mind though. I like to use my ball head pins to make earring wires for the piece. I will show you that in a second. Why is this not? Maybe it's not drilled all the way. No, the hole didn't punch all the way. That'll be a job for Steve at another time. Okay, so I'm going to put one of my little daisy spacers on the bottom. I'm going to put one of the crystals. I'm going to put another one of the daisy spacers. Then, instead of repeating the whole thing so that this will match with why will it must get bigger down by the flat because my bead cap isn't sitting flush with it. Okay, I don't know if that's a this thing. We'll just go to the ball head pin anyways because it'll be prettier. I have plenty. I buy them by the thousand, so I'm good. Okay, instead of repeating the whole thing with the seed beads and everything else, on this earring, I'm gonna pop this on. I'm gonna put on the bead. I'm going to take my, I guess I have 4 pearls left. Okay, good, because now I have another one for another earring. I think that those two are, no, let's do it this way. Okay, that's the way we're gonna do it. We're just gonna pop the little pearl right on top. There is pearl dust inside of this pearl. I had this problem. Let me see if I can grab these chunky ones. Okay, there we go. And then all I'm going to do is do one of my hybrid links. Again, if you're new to my channel, I do hybrid links. I don't particularly care for designs where you that have like a lot of wire, but I also don't like the I'm trying to think of the right word to use. I don't like that simple loops aren't as secure, but I'm going to show you how easy it is to make one secure. Okay, starting with, if you'll notice, I don't have my hand like that. I have it like this, and that's because I have my barrel directly in the 90-degree angle right there. I have found that I get centered loops right off. I don't have to go back and center it, and it wraps easier for me. So I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna pull it down, like across and down. Now I'm going to make my pliers parallel. I'm gonna pull this behind, swap hands, gonna grab onto this wire, and I'm gonna go just that little half turn to take it just where the loop originally started. So if when you do the loop, there's a wire across one side, and then I just came around and went behind that loop once. That's it. This I just see, that's why I put the lid on these things, so that doesn't happen. Okay. Sorry about that. I have tested this again, like I have put one of these loops and connected it to another loop that another piece that had the traditional 3 wraps. It held up. It did not break. I was pulling with all my might. 16, 18, 20, and 22, it did not budge. When you get to the smaller gauges like 24, 26, it will, just because it's thin. I just cut, did I? I do. Oh, my head pin. I did something. Let's do that again. Straighten out my head pin, or my ball head pin, sorry. Just think you're going to get to see this again. Now that I've explained it, do I want this ball head pin on here, or do I just want the pearl? I might just want the pearl, so maybe that was a blessing. A happy accident, as Bob Ross would call it. You know what? I don't want a bead cap to cover up the entire pearl, as I stated earlier. That one was up there for a reason, Heather. But if I just put the bottom bead cap, it just elevates the pearl ever so slightly without covering up a lot of it. So that's where I'm gonna go. Bend my, not that because it skips off the wire. I'm gonna bend it over, take my barrel, put it right in the crook, up, over, down, rotate till they're parallel, come around, half, just that back half turn, that's it. And you are good to go. Be careful when you're tucking in your ends so you do not scratch your pearl. If your circle is not a circle, a way to fix the shape is just to stick it on your round nose pliers, rotating as you go back. When you come around, you'll have a round shape again. And I just did all of that and the wire didn't budge. And I was providing force and wiggling back and forth to make sure that this got as round as I could. And it's fine. So let me do the other one real quick. Then I will show you another earring design that is easy peasy. Why do I keep, throw it away, Heather? I keep going to pick up that bead cap that's up there because it's like, oh, that doesn't belong up there. Let's use it. I just cheated and used the barrel to bend my wire. I don't know why this one didn't, because I used my, see, I didn't have scope. Okay, now I'm going to show you my easy peasy head pin. I mean ear wire. Sorry. All you're going to do is grab your bail making pliers. You're going to take and put the ball right underneath the top two barrels. We're going to go around the smallest one. If you don't like the size loop at the end of the ear wire that you like, you can go to the second one. So I'm going to hold in there. I'm going to bend it up and around until that ball is hitting the pin. I'm going to pull it out. And now is where you need to decide how big you want your ear wire to be. I prefer the fifth step personally. If you are giving these to a pair of to somebody with gauges, going around the largest barrel is better because you're not going through the earring, you're going down and around. So to have it bigger works. You're going to point your ball away from the barrel that you want to wrap around. And then all you're going to do is pull it up, down, and over. Take it off. You have a very sleek looking pair of earrings. I'm going to make the other one before I cut. That way I can cut them together. So I'm just going to take it, wrap around until that wire touches. Oops, I didn't get it all the way. I thought I had. And then again, because I'm going to be using the fifth step, you want to face it away from the fifth step. Come on. It twirled in my fingers. Sorry. And you're just going to take it up and over. Okay. So now we have two matching earrings without having to hold them up side by side, bend them both at the same time. They're the same. I have crooked holes in my ears. So the little kick out has always made it difficult for me to put earrings in. So if you're going to do it, I would recommend doing a very, very small one. And I usually do it about the spot where the ball is. I'm going to pop it up like that. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to trim mine very short. So, oops. Very short, just like that. Same with the other one. Very short. And now you have two ear wires. Now, obviously, this loop is not big enough to go over the ball pin, but you can always just add it on the other way. Oh, before I do this, I do want to work hard in these pins real quick. And the way that I like to do it, mostly because I'm lazy and don't want to get out of their tools, is I use the box joint of my bail making pliers to do so. So you'll see that it flattens, it even texturizes it a little bit. You don't see where I stopped and started like you might think. I haven't had that be an issue. You can see how springy this is now. It goes right back to shape. So I'm going to take my box joint and do the same thing on my other ear wire. I make sure to leave enough space on this side to go into the ear before the metal starts to flatten out a little. So if we're just going to take this. We're going to take our little loop. We're going to put it on the ear wire that way. And then we're going to fold it back up. And now you have a cute little simple dangle earring for the people in your life that maybe aren't, they're more minimalists when it comes to their jewelry, which can sometimes be frustrating, but I like to use it as a challenge of how can I use the skills that I have to make a very minimalist piece without sacrificing the design. I like to see how well I can do. So there we go. Now for the second pair of earrings, we're going to bring back in the seed beads, and I'm going to see if I can pull out my router and get the rest of the way in, clear the rest of that pearl real quick. I think this one is long enough. And I just have a little one. And I have my little, oops, this might not be the right chuck for those. I think I have to turn it around. Oops. Why is it not coming out? I don't know why it's not coming out. It's okay. I have other bits. I will figure that off camera at another time. Okay. Now that we have the proper, no, it still doesn't want to go in that chuck. Don't understand why it won't come on. Oh, because I just needed to. Well, darn, how is this? Hold on one second while I figure this out. Okay, we had to pull out the big guns, which in this case means Steven, a $400 Milwaukee drill that I have and use for my crafts. He gets a tool set from work every year, so he gave me that drill because it has all of the different size ends, so it can grab onto a lot more things. It's what I use to twist wire and whatnot. I'm looking, oh, it's right here. Okay, so now we're going to make a second pair of earrings. We're going to use the last two remaining pearls. So we will have used all of them. I'm going to cut off about 5 inches of the Soft Flex Extreme Flex Champagne Fine. And I hope I cut off enough. I think I did. So I'm going to put the pearls at the center of this. If the pearl dust isn't, no, okay. I'm going to put the pearl at either side. I am, however, this time, nope, I'm not going to put it. I'm going to put a crystal on either side of the little pearl with the bead cap. Actually, yes, I am. I'm going to do the back-to-back bead cap thing that I just did, which is going to put bead caps on my, again, throw it away. That got crunched. Okay, so there's bead cap on that side. We got to put a bead cap on this other side. Make sure that I'm going to get some of these tools out of my way. Okay. We're going to take another little bead cap put it on the other side of the crystal, and then we're going to do bead cap, pearl. Trying to decide if I want to put a ball spacer in between there, because I'm going to have the seed beads going up the side, so I'm going to at least put an 11-0 in between here. You don't need that many, Heather. Okay. I'm just going to take, and I'm going to pick up one of these little transparent, clear, bronze lined Preciosa seed beads. Put the bead cap on, the pearl, the other bead cap. It doesn't cover up the pearl like I thought it would. I mean, it does a little bit, but it's not bad. Then we're going to pick up the seed bead. We're going to do, I don't know that I like the way that looks. Maybe I will once the seed beads are on. In my head, this all worked out just fine. Grab another crystal. I'm literally counting down my crystals because I'm like, you only have this many left. They're one of my favorite things from this box. Okay, now that we're here, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3 of the 11-0s. And then we're going to need a couple of the 8-0s because the rest of this seed bead or the rest of this earring is just going. Oh, actually, no. I think I want to use the ball spacers. I definitely want to use the ball spacers. Ooh, just like I did on the bracelets. Okay, ball spacers in between. Here we go. Now I'm going to just pick up 3 more. Come on, seed beads. Please be nice. You guys can't even see. I will move up a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ball spacer. I'm wondering if I should be using, no, I like the way that looks. I was like, should I go to a smaller size? But no, I like the way that lurks. So we're using 1 pearl, 2 crystals, and the rest is basically seed beads. I mean, it also has the little ball spacers, but the effect is coming from the drop in the middle. Okay, I'm going to switch sides, put the stopper on the other side, and I'm going to bead this up, see where we're at. If we're going to be done. Again, I want these to be very simple earrings that you can pull from your closet or your jewelry box, wherever you keep your jewelry. And put with jeans and a t-shirt, put with a slinky dress, whatever it is that you're wearing, I want you to be able to pair these with it. So I put 3 on the other side. Okay. So now we're here. I want to see how big my little teardrop is and if I'm okay with the size of it. Because I'm going to do 3 more seed beads on either side, and then I'm going to cross in between. Okay, yeah, I'm good. So I want I'll show you what I mean. I'm sorry. That probably meant nothing to your brain. Okay, go back to the other side carefully. I'm going to put on 3 more. I'm going to take a gold ball space. Oh, no, not a gold ball spacer. Heather, what are you thinking? A crimp. I'm going to put that through that way. I'm going to cross back over through the other way, like so. Although I don't like, ooh, I like that small little hoop. Oh, that's going to be so pretty. Oh, I love it. Okay, because I want this to crimp quickly, because again, I cut too little wire, I'm going to feed this in because I also don't want to break any of my seed beads. Usually when I do this, I put an extra one on either side because I don't think anybody else would notice. Because if somebody is that close to your ear, they should not be counting seed beads. Am I right? Okay. Going to center the crimp. I didn't leave myself enough wire. Okay, let me restring this on a longer piece of wire and I'll be right back. Hello. I'm sorry if it's a little disjointed from where I just left off a minute ago. After I went pause, my daughter called, we talked with Squishy. I had dinner, all of prayer circle with Renee over at Blessed and Beautiful. And so I just want to get you caught back up to where we are. There was a whole thing that happened. It didn't work out, but I'm going to grab this chocolate pearl from my stash. I went back and forth on if I just wanted a larger white pearl, because the little pearls that came with the box were just too small in comparison to the crystals, so it looked weird. And obviously, I only have, I think, 3 left, or was there 4 left? Now I don't remember. I apologize. Anyways, this was the solution. I've already put one together. I'll go ahead and go through the process with you so that you can see it from start to finish. There we go. Sorry about that. But I'm just doing the little chocolate pearl in the center, a daisy spacer, or 5-flower bead cap. This is an 11-0 bead, and then I bead cap this. And basically, as we go up, we're just going to alternate between 2.5 millimeter ball spacers and 3 millimeter ball spacers. So let me pull off some of my beetle on wire. Gonna make sure I pull plenty so that I don't get stuck with not enough wire. So I know that my goal is to try to keep what I use for my stash to a minimum, but that's just me. I'm not saying that everybody needs to do it that way. And it's not even something that like I want that I do all the time. I was just trying for the purpose of this video, but then these chocolate pearls just look so perfect. I pulled them out, and of course now I want to make a bracelet using them and the rest of the smaller pearl earrings. I'm frustrated because I don't know where the fourth one went. And I feel like I'm going to get stuck with one pearl. But I can find one for my stash that is of similar size, shape, all of that. So I put bead cap, crystal bead cap, 11-0. I'm going to put on another one of the flower bead caps. I'm going to pick. These were gifted to me from Tammy Floria, and they're the most beautiful chocolate pearls I've seen. I've had the pleasure of not just seeing, but having in my life. It's beautiful. I'm going to use it then to introduce a new color for the next piece that I make. I'm very excited for the companion bundle to get here, as I said. So that's what's what with me. That's how we got to where we are now based on when you cut off with me earlier on. So yeah, it's been a day. Okay, so next, all I did was I started obviously with 3 of the 11-0s. These are the transparent clear bronze lined 11-0 Preciosa seed beads. I'm going to start with the 2.5 millimeter ball spacer. That way, when I end my pattern and do my crimp, it looks like I ended with the smaller spacer bead. That's what my crimp will look like. So it just looks like it goes up to a point, and then I put another bead right there. So I know it doesn't look perfectly like that. I'm just saying that's the illusion that I want it to give, is that the top bead is, or the crimp bead is just another 2.5 millimeter gold spacer bead. So there's my 3 millimeter. I'm almost 100% sure that these are 3 millimeters, but I want to measure just to be sure I'm giving you correct information. The easiest place to like measure something is up here where it's wider. Yeah, these are 3 millimeter. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I was giving you correct information. We're going to go down to the 2.5 millimeter. We're going to do 3 more 11-0s. I had a situation that happened when I was off as well. I don't want to go into anything. I just want to let you know that if there's somebody in your orbit, I'll say, that has an idea of who you are that differs from who you know you are, that's all you need to know. There is no use trying to convince them otherwise. Doing so just will probably concrete whatever misgiving they have about you. So, yeah. Just stay true to yourself. Keep it moving. And don't let anybody else try to tell you who you are. That's all I'm going to say about that. As Forrest Gump said, but just know that. Anyways, I know I could have paused and beaded this up real quick, but I just wanted to share that. And then I'm almost done with this, so it would be silly to pause it right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish stringing these. This becomes the shop from my mat part. Yes, these are kind of all over the place because I put them on, took them off, put them on, took it off, trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do with this. So, but it would be much easier just to grab the container with the rest of them in it and pour them out into a neat little pile. But these other beads are still going to be there when you're done with that. Okay, let me see. First off, you do not go on. Okay, so we had 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So all you're going to do is once you have your little piece like this, you're going to put a crimp tube on. And you guys, I have a feeling that I might have gotten like a bad bunch of crimps because they're like not all the same size. And I don't know why that is. I've never had that happen before. But this one like thing of gold, number 2 gold crimp is just not what it should be. Anyway, so you're going to put your crimp tube down on the front. You're going to loop one of the remaining wires down into where you need to be. You're going to make sure you have a little space so that you don't accidentally crunch one of your seed beads. You're going to center it, crimp, or squeeze, sorry, yeah, crimp. And then you're just going to keep turning it, making sure that it stays center, because this is one situation where you don't want an hourglass shape. Okay, lickety split, happened that quickly. I need to make sure I put these ones. At one point in time, I got both of mine down on the mat. And the thing is that I know that I have one set of crimps that is better than the other. And they get mixed up all the time. Speaking of, I'm just going to like write something on here. Yeah, if I can. Well, I'll just know that those are the good pair. Because I most definitely have a good pair and a bad pair. Okay, see, then we have these. We'll just go ahead and pop out a couple more of my 5-second ear wire. You're going to grab your 6-step bail making pliers. You're going to put it all the way down, have the other side come up until it touches the ball, then you're going to take it off. You are going to point the ball away from whichever step it is that you like to make your loop with. My preferred one is step 5. And then you're just going to go over and bend this down. Pull it off. There you go. You're going to go do the exact same thing with the other one. And if you're like, wait, how are they going to be the same? They're the same. I promise you they are the same. This one is a little, no, I want the white ones, yeah. Sorry, I didn't straighten that one out before I started. Okay, point the ball away from the one that you want to wind around. Somehow it got upside down from the last one, but that's okay. You're still going to go bend the wire back. You will see that other than like how far out or how in I spread, they're the same ear wire. So this is, however, when I like to come in. This is when I do come in, I match them up, and I do this so that I can make the little bends so that they match. And as I said, I like to do that right at where the ball joins. So I'm going to put a little point up. You know, I don't like the long little kicks, so I'm going to clip off the majority of it. There we go. We have two matching ear wires. Oh, wait. I almost forgot. I need to work hard on these in the box joint of my bail making pliers. I tell you, this saves so much time, guys. So much time. I don't have to get out another tool. There's not another like whole step where I have to pull everything out, put everything back. Nothing like that. I just pop around, give a good squish. I like to leave a bit of space between where the kick is to where I start smushing it so that go ahead and squish my loop too. Where's the other one? Before it kind of splays out. So what was I saying? I have no idea. Oh, I like to leave a bit of space because that way it goes in better before it gets thicker because you flattened it. Here we go. Just like that. We are going to close this up. Oh, wait. Do I have this going the wrong way? No, it's going the right way. Okay. I thought I had my loop the wrong way and I was about to be very upset. But it was not going the way. It was going the correct way. Put it into place. Bend it up. There we go. Okay. So we have a bracelet. We have a necklace. Do we have two bracelets? I thought we had two bracelets. Or was it now that I wanted to make a bracelet? Where's the necklace? Oh, here it is. Like I said, I got a phone call. Talked with the squish, saying, you know, patty cake and itsy bitsy spider, all the fun things with the baby. She's so cute. When she wants itsy bitsy, she does this with her hands, and when she wants patty cake, she claps. It's so cool to watch her figure out how to like communicate with us. It's so sweet. Mom is learning Spanish so the baby can be bilingual like her papa. And so trying to put sign language into the mix was overwhelming to her. But the baby's figuring out a way to communicate with us, which is beautiful and fun to watch. Okay, like I said, now that I've broken these in, I so want to make something with the crystals. I just don't know how many I have left. So I didn't figure that out before I came back on because I wanted you guys to see as much of the process as you possibly could. Do I really only have 4 left? I'm going to be sad. I need to go and clean my... I just jumped out my entire thing of prints. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyways, where's my triangle? When I need it. Okay. I only have 4 crystals left. I want to cry. I think they're beautiful. Okay, let's put the lid back on here. I'm going to take a moment to reset my tools and the mat so that when I come back in just a few minutes, we can get back to designing, guys. All right? Be right back. Okay, and we are back. And I have to tell you, I feel a little silly because I was sitting here like, oh, you didn't make very many pieces. How did that happen? Because all the rest of the beads are right here, as well as in another container right there. So let's look at some of these. I think, here's my thing. I know that like these shell pearls with these ceramic beads is money all day long. You can even put the elation jade in between the coral and be good. Here's what I want to say about that. Yes, that would be absolutely beautiful. I don't want the coral to become the story with these beads. I want these beads to have their own moment and that it feels special and beautiful. I also happen to have some leaves that I got from Miss Rosanna in my advent calendar that she made me for Christmas. And I think these could be a really cool like pendant. I think I would just hang them from like a center ring with their different lengths of chain. And then I believe there's 10 of these. Yeah. And so then there would be 10 going up. Now, we don't even have to use all of these in the necklace. We can save some of these for a bracelet if we want, because we have plenty of the Alaskan Jade. It's Alaskan Jasper, I think it is. Oh man, I don't like when I call things the wrong thing. The wrong thing. It's one of those two things. I apologize. I don't even have the paper right here anymore. Otherwise, I could tell you, but I don't have it. Hopefully, if somebody else wants to drop it in the comments on the video for replay, that would be great. If I figure out what it is, I will go and do that myself. So, as I said, I am seeing these being part of a Y style necklace where these hang down at two different vantage points from chain. Then I want to take the 6mm because again, I want the focus to be the porcelain beads. So now we just have to decide if these are going to be beaded links. I have 4 left over, possibly for earrings and a bracelet. So anyways, as I was saying, we have to decide if these are going to be beaded links, if we're going to string it. Either way, are we going to oh my god, put bead caps, spacers? How are we going to lay this out? So, oh, you guys, oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. I figured out what has been turning my hands that rust color. I could not figure it out. It was driving me nuts, and it ended up being that Beadalong extreme flexibility beading wire. That's what it was. It was coming off of that and getting all over my hands. That's why I couldn't figure out what it was, so on and so forth. I am going to use 20 gauge bronze wire. I love this stuff. I want this and copper to be the two main metals that I use. I'll still use gold and silver, but I absolutely love the color of this bronze wire. You see how this is like a nice soft gold and how yellow this looks now? It's beautiful, and it only gets more beautiful when you patina it. So it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the one thing I was thinking is that I have, no, I don't think so. Well, I have this bead mix. It came in a box that had Red Creek Jasper in it. This was made by Rachel of Sam's Bead Shop. And it has some very, very dark green, and then it has some lighter green beads. So you see that one. Well, let me zoom in and then refocus so you can see. Okay, so you can see this one is lighter than the Alaskan Jade, but in the same color family. And then there are some, where'd they go? There, I thought that these were really dark green, but they might not be. Oh no, they are. I believe these are really like deep dark green, which I think could also be pretty on the other side of the Alaskan Jade. And then if they're not too small, we can use the little lighter green ones on either side of our ceramic beads because the leaves do have that color in them. So I'm thinking it would be like dark bead, bead cap, this bead cap, dark bead, and similar to that on this one. So I want to do beaded links. That is what I'm going to want to do. I like to do this assembly line style. So I will go through the first part of like what that means and how to do it. Right now, there's actually a little bit of red in these darker ones too that I'm not upset about because they go beautifully with the, ooh, or do we use these? Do we use those? I think we do because they have a similar sheen to them as these leaves. So it would be a completely, and we could do a cute little beaded loop that then hangs from chain. Okay, yeah. We're not going that way. We will do the green on the green, or I will do I want to do the green on this and the deep orangey red on this? You can't see the color because it's not standing out. There you go. No, I think I want to do the coral on these and then do the dark green on these. I think I want to stick with that plan. So here's, I'm just separating some out so I don't have to go digging once I get into this. Because obviously if I use 6 of these, I'm going to need 12 of the orange. And I may still change my mind and go to the light yellow. That's what, or the light green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to pull out 15 of each color just to make sure that I have everything that I need. I'm not sure what all of these seed bead colors are, but this is a fantastic mix, especially when you think about the fact that so pretty. I'm gonna have to do like a necklace or something just with these beads and possibly the sunstone and moonstone, or even to kind of mellow these out slightly with the Alaskan Jade, those two colors. I think that's going to be beautiful. Okay, so we have that. You see, guys, I've been so inspired by this box, and I'm nowhere close to being, you know, having them all figured out. Like, there are so many other things. I'm going to go ahead and keep these separated out because I most definitely am making something with those beads and the Alaskan Jade. I might even decide that I need to do, I feel like there are two different ones here. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. When they're by themselves, they look like a whole other color, but then you put them by the rest of them and they're not. So it's just kind of, oh no. So we're going to do something with those and the Alaskan Jade for sure, because these colors are just beautiful, and I could see just some like really pretty strands of these with like tiny gold spacers and even throwing these in. But for now, oh, you guys can't even see what I'm talking about. I have the cream and the lighter green up here. So let's go ahead and move the camera up just a little bit so that I know where I'm working. I'm going to zoom out slightly so that I am not going off camera. I'm going to pull out, oops, sorry, probably, I don't know. You know your girl doesn't like chain around the back of the neck, but if it's little seed beads, I might be okay with it. I don't even remember what, oh, yes I do. I just said I spilled something because of that noise was so loud. Alrighty, I'm just going to guesstimate. That looks about right. So another inch or two because I cannot find my tape measure. I even have one. Oh, I have rulers right here. I could use two. Oops. I have one that's 12 inches and the other one that is like end to end 14 inches. This is by far my favorite one. 14, 22. So if I do an 18-inch, I'm not that far off. I'll have a little bit of extra, but we'll be okay. I also happen to have other seed beads, like up here out of view. I have these beautiful, like dusty rose. Can you picture it? Oh, I also have a really pretty taupe color. Okay, I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened. Thankfully, it was a brief moment in time for you guys while I was over here struggling like you wouldn't believe to try to figure out what happened. For some reason, if I leave it paused for too long, like my whole computer freezes and I have to like hold down the power button to fix it. And then I have to reset everything. It's crazy. Anyways, as I was saying, I have several other really pretty colors up here that would be beautiful within this color palette. I actually have another pretty green, but these must be 8-Os because these are 11-Os and they're smaller. So that might work in our advantage though. And I wouldn't be surprised if these two greens, they're the same color. So these are my DC beads. We figured that out. This color is fennel. So we got some information that could come in handy and be pretty. especially since we do have the Alaskan Jade. So that will be fun. I'm just making sure that my camera isn't jumping. Scooch in a little bit, go up to where I am, make sure. Okay, good. Alrighty then. So, okay, that's fine. Oh, what am I doing? We're doing beaded links. Right? Isn't that what we decided? I thought we decided beaded links. I don't know why I pulled this off. It's okay. We got this. So, assembly line style. Let me find my double flush cutter. I have no idea what the heck just fell, but it's okay. It may have even been what I'm over here looking for. That would be funny. Okay. The only other place they would be is somewhere on this desk or in one of these drawers. Heather, it's okay. All right, we're going to cut off length. We don't need very long length, probably maybe 2 inches, because I do like to do my hybrid link, which I will show you. So I'm just going to cut off like 2 inch. This might be more than 2 inches. Hold on, let me see. I will measure it. It's like 2.5 inches, which will be more than enough to put the little bead on, do the bead caps, all of that, and then do my hybrid loops. Okay, you can tell this is actual bare bronze wire because much like with copper, there's some bit of residual dust or whatever else that okay. I have a top lid right here, and that is okay, it's for that. Also, I didn't even think we have other metals in here. I don't know that hematite is the move for this one. We do have some really pretty little links. They would be different, so I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to keep these for another design I have in mind, where I wouldn't be using bare bronze wire, so it would be okay. Because this isn't, I know that it says like antique bronze, but it's not. It's antique brass that they may have patinaed a little bit darker. This, when it patinas, turns into a very, very dark brown. So it's not, sorry. This spilled over here, so now I need to clean it up real quick. Sorry. I need to find the lid for this so that doesn't happen again. Okay, that's okay, because I might have needed some more reds. I'm going to go ahead and just put these in a different bottle with a lid so that doesn't happen again. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so we have our links. What I mean by assembly line style is basically you do one step and you do all of the, like, these pieces. I'm going to need to bend these all in order to make a loop. I hope I made these long enough. In order to make a loop and then add the beads and then do a loop on the other side. So I was just thinking though that if I use the antique Now I'm going to stick to these. Okay. So, because I wasn't paying attention and did not straighten this before I took it off the wire, I'm going to have to do fewer pieces at a time than I normally do, but that's okay. So we're just going to take it there and we're going to bend them. I'm going to pick up some more and we're going to bend them. And you're just going to keep doing that until you have all of your pieces bent. Now, obviously, the next step is to turn a loop. We want all of our loops to be the same size. So I'm going to use the step 1 bail making plier. I came up with my hybrid loop. Those of you who have been here for a while have heard this story over and over again. And for that, I apologize. But I came up with this loop because I like to have as many beads on a piece as I possibly can. So I don't like the traditional triple wrap loop. I also do not like simple loops as I do not find them to be as secure as a wrap loop. So I came up with one little extra step that you do. And when tested against the 3 wraps, it stayed the entire time. So it's more secure than a simple loop. It's as secure as a triple loop. As long as you go from like 22 gauge up, at 24, obviously the metal's thinner, more pliable, so it'll pull apart easier. So it's not as secure when you get into smaller. So that's when I would say go ahead and do another loop or 2 so that you're good to go. Okay. Hold on just one moment. I need to grab some more water. Okay, I'm back. Your girl will not go park. So this is how I do my hybrid loop. I'm going to use the first step. I do not put my pliers vertical or parallel with the mat. So I go at an angle directly into the crook and I get a centered loop almost every time that I do this. So I'm just going to push up, across, and down. Now I'm going to rotate this so it's parallel with the mat. Twin, no. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that wire under. Then, this is the thing that makes it strong as heck. I'm going to switch my hand. I'm going to grab my pliers. And all I'm going to do is grab this and do it around just the back. That's it. So that it comes up against, sorry, my so that it comes up where the loop started when the wire went back around. So you have one wrap. It just looks like a loop. It's very neat. I love the way that it looks. Come on, camera. It's just very clean to the point. You're good to go. So obviously that was several steps all at once. The trick is that you do not want to have to pick up and put down your pliers multiple times. Yeah, I'll save that. Hold on, I'm sorry, it didn't loop correctly. It didn't pull tight when I did it. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in and I'm going to wrap all of these loops up, get them going, and if you get into a groove, you just kind of fly right through them. Nope, in the crook. There we go. Two more. We might need more in a bit, but I will tell you that this bare bronze wire, it does feel very similar, even though it says dead soft, to German style wire. So just want to give you guys that heads up. Now, if you have tried to use German style wire and found it difficult to work with, then you might just want to use gold craft wires. Oh, sorry. I was trying to make sure you guys weren't like, we'll just keep that down there. Okay, so now I've done all of my loops, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back. And for this, I'm going to take my bent chain nose pliers. These are from the Comfort Care line put out by Beadsmith. I love these pliers. Like I showed you a minute ago, you're just going to grab the tail and wrap. You're going to hold it in your bent chain nose pliers and do that half wrap. Did I already do this one? It appears that I did, but didn't put it to the side. Oh, goodness gracious. That was me, not the wire. But I will tell you, if you ever mess up a loop, it is best to hold the loops within a flat nose plier. Fix all of the wires, scooch it up. If you want it to be tighter, you can pull it tighter, scooch it, and your loop stays safe, centered, and round. So just a little tip of mine. Ooh, this one listen. Okay, last loop, and then we can decide how we want to set up these beaded links. If my pliers will grab onto the wire. Okay, we do need to go and clip these as well, but let's just do that real quick and then we'll do the. I like to cut on the side, not the quote unquote back or front. That way there isn't a back or front. Okay. I'm just gonna keep plugging along, getting this done. Once we decide the length, I can pause the video, do up all the links, come back, and we can assemble it together. That way you're not sitting here for 6 hours just for 2 so far. This will probably be the last design that I do during this video. But there will be a part 2 where I will continue to go through everything that I make using this box. I'm hoping to be able to like wrap it up in, I don't know, 2 videos, hopefully. These are some 6mm gold bead caps. And then I also have the small one, so we can see which we like better. So for the ceramic bead, we're going to go with the dark coral. I'm going to put one of the filigree 6mm spacers. Then I'm going to pop this on. And then gloss dark. So that's what this bead link would be like if we did it that way. If we were to take the smaller flower bead caps that we were just using, they are very similar in tone and color. Sorry, my mandala is in the way. They are very similar in color to the bare bronze, so that's why I want to check this just real quick. It may not look good at all, and if that's the case, then we just go with the other option that I already have outlined. Okay. There's that one. They both have their place. Let's see. Do I want to see what a larger bead cap would look like? I have them. Let me see. We have these ones that are kind of cool. So my only worry is that they kind of have a larger hole. And that's not a worry for me. It's just that would be awesome to be able to use with large hole beads. That's all. I'm just being selfish over here. But I think that's okay. Here is the larger bead cap here. You guys are probably like, there is no difference. There is. There's more of a presence here, whereas this one just barely pops out with the seed bead. And on the same spot, there's barely any pop out on this one. So we're definitely not going to use the itty bitty. We've got that. Unless that's the ones you use, go ahead and do it. It's just not for me. Now I just need to decide if I want the larger bead cap Let's see, does it interfere with the flower in any way? No, no. I'm going to go with the larger one just because I think it's really pretty, and I do not like using bead caps that are larger than the bead itself. It drives me crazy to have that overhang. So because of that, I oftentimes quote unquote can't use them. So I want to be able to use them here. I could also, yeah. I'm going to try one more thing. Those are not from the same thingamabobber. I want to try one more thing. And it's because these would like it could give the bead like its own moment because of the way they're shaped. I use these a lot in my snowflakes for that exact reason. So see how that one kind of pops off? Where did my remote go? It just kind of pops off of either side up a little bit because it's not directly flat up against the bead. Okay, I'm going to tell you which one I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the larger bead caps. If you wanted to, and or do I want the filigree? I'm not going to do these. So that's been decided. At least I think it was. Why is this? I don't understand why this one is all of a sudden not fitting. Hold on. I'm sorry. The whole point of using these is so that my spill. No, it's a different one. I bought these containers from the same place. They're the same size. Well, they're supposed to be, but they're not. So it gets kind of annoying because, like, I don't know where the rest of this one is now. Okay, let's get these links made. Let's decide what we're doing with the green as well, real quick. Maybe that's where we use the filigree. Or is that where we're going to use the flower? That could be cool. Okay, so if we were to grab the darker, like greeny red, and then we did a little floral bead cap like that, and then put the 6mm. Am I gonna have to go to the 8? I just don't want this to cover up so much of the bead that you can't appreciate the bead itself. See, that covers up too much. I don't like that. That's personal preference. If you like the way that looks, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just explaining how I like it and why is it. Yeah, I think we might do the 6mm filigree. If that doesn't end up looking right, then we'll figure something out. This should be more than enough. All right, I'm going to do the links, and then I will be right back, and we will put these together. Okay. Oops. I thought my mat was cleaner than this, but it's all right. Okay, here we come. We have our little things. The only thing I don't have right here is chain. Going back and forth, maybe we should connect these with antique bronze so that I can use that chain and it will go with the rest of this collection where I will be using it. So let me grab my little thing of jump rings right here that are the same color. I'm going to connect these up one to the other. I'm just going to have this chain around behind the neck, and then I will also have it when I need to, goodness gracious, when I need to hang the flowers or the leaves, sorry. Again, those beautiful leaves were a part of an I don't know what happened to the sugaring, but that is not the shape it's supposed to be. Come on. She made me, Randy, and Beth a little advent calendar. It was very sweet. I've had a lot of fun opening it. When I remember, I've been opening it on my morning beads and things. So that has been a lot of fun. Everybody gets to see what came next. So I'm just gonna add like a small little piece of chain, probably from two of the bottom loops, like the bottom loop on one side with the other. And that is where we will start and use some more chain to trail the leaves down at the bottom from. And then, like I said, this will be the end of this very, very, very long video. And it's only going to be a part one. I still have many other things that I want to make. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta show you what I have in mind. So remember these chocolate pearls over here, how beautiful they are? Look at that. That's the next design. And I am so excited about it. I can't even tell you how excited I am to put it together. It's going to be beautiful. These are one of those jump rings where they're like one end goes over the other. Like they didn't cut it flush. They just kind of cut it willy-nilly, which drives me crazy. Completely crazy. It's like, come on, guys. It's not that hard. I'm wondering if I should put two of the antique bronze jump rings right after I just complained about them. And the only reason that I would say that we should do it, I don't think all of my loops are all going, okay, that's going the right way. So was it just that one? Let's see, how is this one? This one is good. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Maybe they're all fine. Let's go ahead and double check just to make sure. This one could use a little twisty twist, and also the round neck going through to make our loop more round, much better. Okay. Okay, these are all just about good. This one needs just the littlest twist. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish rescreening this. When I get to the end, I will come back so that you can see what it looks like. I'm going to do this because I am indeed going to add a second jump ring to each part, and I don't want it to take forever. So I will be right back. Oh my goodness. I got up in the groove and completely forgot that I was supposed to come back and go over this with you guys. So unfortunately, I can't do that, but you can help me finish it. All I did was do the chains. I decided to start with the green down here since the leaves will be hanging. And so that the like larger beads draw the eye up. So I put rings on these. The links are only, I think there's 7 on one, 2, well, that's hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7, and the other one is 3, 5, 7, 9. So there's 9 on the other one, so it's not going to be that big of a like difference, but I just wanted that on them. I also thought about possibly doing like a couple of just chains with a bead from them, but then I was like, no, way too much. I kept these a single because when I started to add them in, it looked too heavy, and I want the focus to be these beautiful ceramic beads. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have the chains on here already. Oh, don't we? Yes, they're already on here. I'm like, wait, where'd they go? I just made a larger jump ring out of the bronze wire. I did work harden. So we have that. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to attach this on with the antique bronze or with the bronze. I think I'm gonna go for the antique just because that's what color the chain is. And to me, that would be the natural spot to do. So I'm just gonna open my jump ring and I'm gonna put it through the ring on the top of the leaf. Took me a minute to figure out which jump ring was the right size for there, because it obviously needs to be enough. Come on. Yeah, these are like made to where they kind of overlap, which is not my favorite, which is probably why it's just sitting over there rather than having like a, okay, that jump ring is toast. So we're just gonna start over. Gonna cut off this jump ring. We're gonna grab another one and try again. So I'm just going to open my jump ring, attach it to the leaf using the gold. I'm going to grab one of the 2 center leaves. It doesn't really matter because they are both the same and they're just gonna dangle down, but they still need to be properly secured. Let's see here. There we go. I'm kind of tempted to make the other one like shorter. Because like if I have it right there, they're gonna kind of, I mean, this one is longer, but I'm thinking if I cut up here, that'll be pretty. The only thing I'm wondering is if I need to put seed beads around this loop. Including one in between these 2 chains. That's why I would need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry, this excess chain gets saved. I never throw a chain away. You never know when you're gonna need it. Okay, let's go ahead and add this on there and see where we are at. This is the last project for this video. We're gonna call it quits. We'll come back tomorrow. I have so many other ideas, and I want to do another one like this for my Christmas box from Randy. This loop was not all the way closed, probably because it wasn't spinning the proper way when it first got put on. See, this is a problem. You can't properly get jump rings on there. It's such a pain because of how low they have the hole down. But then you're like, oh, I'm glad they did that because it makes it less likely to break. It's just using it is a pain. Okay, the only thing we need to check on is that both of these chains are hanging the right way. Please get off of there. So that oops, I dropped that. So that the leaves are both facing the correct way. So it would be this way. So we're going to put it there, and we're going to put it on the last link of the shorter chain. We will close it up, verify that that's where we want it. Oh, I love it. I'm not going to lie, I'm tempted to go to like 3 links for this one. It definitely needs a CB between them, maybe even 2. So then it's just a matter of, do we do the seed beads all the way around? Because I could use these little coral ones to do this with. I could also bring in the lighter green if I wanted to as part of it. There's another coral one. I know I have more in the jar over there, but I would rather shop my mat first. All right, let me see if I flatten this too much that the beads won't go on it. That's what we need to test. If the beads will go on it and go around the circle, then we can, okay, this got to come off. Sorry, guys. I'm going to use my fingers because I think it will be easier. Yes, they do in fact fit. I think that I'm going to do oh no, 3, not 3. I want to get green on the other side, and then we can slide our strands back on and see how we like that. I don't know, I might just need one, but we'll see. So let's put this one on. Like I said, I'm kind of tempted to knock. I think we just need the one. Okay, so let's take these other ones off because I definitely want it to be a coral seed bead. Kind of be bright and direct people's attention. There you go. To the bottom of the necklace. But like I said, I'm so tempted to cut the other chain to like 3 links. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. 5 bead. I'm gonna waste a link, but that's okay. Well, you never know when you just need one. Okay. That's where it is. Leave the seed bead in place. Do I have it on the right side? Yes. Oh yeah, I love that. Alex, sorry if I'm off camera. I wasn't paying attention. I love it. Okay, now we just need to add our the rest of our necklace back on. I'm kind of tempted to put another, I am going to put another seed bead. Just to make sure that everything is properly spaced out and in where they belong. This will help kind of direct traffic, if you will. Oh my goodness, come on. No, I don't want to pick it up. I want to pick it up like that. There we go. So there are our leaves. Now we're going to attach our strands. Oh, you guys, I need 2 more coral seed beads. I'm almost positive that's what I want, but to finish it off, but I'm going to close it up, take a look at where we're at, and make an educated decision. Okay, that's the back. Come on, which is the back? Figure your life out. I wish I had some tiny baby ones that I could hang from like the bottom of that. Okay, so this is the way it's going to lay. Do I pull the strands down and put 1 seed bead on top of each? Just to kind of like, it knows it needs to spread out a little bit and not get all bunched up. I'm sorry, I took my bedtime medication and it's making my mouth completely dry. And now it's gone, so we got to wrap this up. I'm going to try it and just see how hard it is to get on there and see if it does what I want it to do. Let's grab onto the other side so we can put the last seed bead on. Oh, I was like, am I really going to have to get out the jar? I mean, of course I will. Everything just fell. Not everything. Okay. You stay where you're supposed to be. We're going to put another coral. Like that. Put one side on, go to the other side. Put the other side on. I have no idea what just happened. We are just having catastrophic issues, apparently. I don't know why. This is so hard. Probably because it's late at night. I just have a case of the drops all over the place. You're gonna laugh. It's the Welsh shit mug that I have. That's Jerica's that I forgot to take to her for her birthday. And so, of course, when I called her to point out that I had not taken it to her, both of our reactions was what it says. Well, shit. So, yeah. It fits my daughter very well. She says that all the time when things don't go her way. Where is my little ones? You need to go on. I just flicked that seed bead. So now I am going to have to get the jar out. I'm 2 seconds away from abandoning this endeavor. Okay. Reason being, I didn't want to open the ring all big. I wanted to maintain its proper drape, all of that. Hold on. I'll have to open this guy up, spill some out until I get a coral. There we go. Now that it is open, you will see how much easier it goes on. but I was trying to avoid having to do that because I don't want to weaken the jump ring by opening and closing it over and over again. Okay, we're going to put that one on, and then one more red, and then we're going, that one did not go on, it's sitting in the middle. Where did it go? You obviously like these friends. Try to join right on. So I just need one more red and we will be good to go. Okay, so here we go. I need to flip this around a bit so that I can hold this. I'm just trying to line this up. I'm so sorry. Okay, woohoo, success. Heavenly Father, please let there be no mistakes on this now that I've finally got everything on it. Oh, I love the coral beads on the center. Look at that. And there's two up here. Oh, am I crazy enough to take it off and put two more? Am I? I might just be. Hold on, I'll pause for you though. Okay, that took so much longer than it shouldn't, and you should be very happy you went along for the ride. Here, the right way, is the finished necklace. I like the little seed beads any more than this, and it was a mess. Believe me, I tried. I love how they hang down. These hang down off the bottom. So today we did two necklaces, two pairs of earrings, and a bracelet, I believe, but there's another one coming tomorrow. So I recorded this. Well, now it's the 19th. I started this on the 18th. We're into a new day, people. So I look forward to seeing all of you guys for part 2. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope that you and your family have a happy holidays. And as always, happy beading.